Hi guys, this is Marvin Germo and we're here with Mr. Rex Mendoza, the founder of Ramper. He's one of our speakers for this year's Icon 2017. So hello Mr. Rex Mendoza.
Hi everyone, I'm Marvin. I'm feeling nervous because this is the guy.
No naman. Actually, Rex is one of the people I look up to in terms of investing. He has so much stories about investing in the stock market early. So if there's one thing that you would want to give as a tip for people who are starting out, what's the one best investment advice you could give them to start this video off?
Well, basically, the first advice is just to start. There are a lot of options out there, but people still don't make that big decision to execute.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of us learn many things from many mentors, but there are only a few who actually execute on their newfound information and knowledge. So that's the first one. And second is basically to get into investments that make them participate in the economy. It's really pathetic that we really have a lot of growth. You see many things happening in our country, but unfortunately it's our very own people who are not taking advantage of it. So I'd really like people to participate in the markets and be part of it, be part of the game, and grow their portfolio over time.
When you said the economy is good, what's different now? What's different from where we were 10 or 20 years ago? What should make Filipinos excited to invest?
Well, a lot of things get captured in the numbers, GDP growth, stuff like that. But as a practitioner, somehow I've gotten myself into appreciating this more by being on the ground. For example, and this kind of ages me, right?
You're
when I was
35.
I'm not gonna correct you. So I go back to let's say when I was head of marketing and sales for Ayala Land, and that was way back 2005. That entire conglomerate did 5 billion in 2005 in all residential sales.
Okay.
That's just the target of one sales team today
okay.
in Ayala Land. So you can just imagine the type of business that people have, the type of commissions that salespeople earn, the type of construction that's going to happen, and the number of employees and construction workers that are going to have jobs and money to consume. Another trivia, in 2008, the total Ayala Land sales, which includes all its brands, will be less than the sales of Alveo
Today.
Wow. No, last year.
Last year, okay.
Which means Alveo last year was bigger than the entire base of Ayala Land in 2008. You can just imagine that kind of growth, right? So it's one brand versus that entire conglomerate.
And Ayala has Avida, Amaya, Ayala Land Premier.
And now they have Bella Vita. They have all of these brands, and each one of them have a target market. So, I mean, I see that, and I see other things. Like before, you look at road networks, you look at skyways. I have fun now because I can get out of the house and be in the airport in 15 minutes, right? It's a big thing for me. But before, it takes a lot of time. So all of these progress taken together will bear a lot of fruit, and it's just exciting to have everyone involved.
Okay, given that the economy is doing well, when you were starting out, what caused you to actually start investing? That it did not just remain as knowledge, but it was something that you needed to. I needed to do this. I needed to start.
See, I have to be honest about it. It's a set of friends that actually influence you.
Okay.
Before working, before getting exposed, I mean, after college, your idea would be saving in banks. Your idea would just be setting aside money, and let's just say starting to earn money, your propensity and focus will be to spend. Because that was a time when you just asked for money. Now you're making your own, and certainly the next step is to be empowered to execute and spend all the money. But I had friends who are involved in the markets. I had friends who told me that they're doing this and they're doing that, and certainly step by step I was able to learn from them and copied them. Later on, I'd probably have my own strategy. I'd probably have my own views of the market. But at first, I was just getting inputs from them, and in the vernacular, sumasakay lang ako.
Okay.
I'm just part of the bandwagon until I realized, this is the right thing to do, and I have to take it really seriously.
When you were starting out, was there a specific amount that you wanted, that you decided, okay, I'll invest this much, or was there a percentage from your income that you decided to put in?
I think, I have to be quite blunt. I put almost everything.
Oh, wow.
Because I just felt, my parents were there.
Okay,
and,
okay.
I get to be tight and I can still ask for some money. But I focused on, putting everything that I can, just taking out, a small amount for my daily upkeep. So it's basically almost all investments.
Okay.
And then I just felt this is the time to take a risk because, as I've said, I have some sort of a security blanket at that time.
So the younger you are, if you're not a breadwinner, you invest as much as you can.
Exactly. Because when you go wrong, you cannot really get hurt that much, right? I mean, I'm just looking at, and again, this kind of ages me. My salary was 1,800 a month.
Okay.
Right? So, and at that time, you probably have 300, 400 bucks, you're done for the month. I mean,
Okay.
so total residual would be all investments. Now, I'm saying I can always fall back on asking for my parents' help or taking a loan from my siblings, but I never got into that. I mean, that
Okay.
kind of discipline also, showed me that, okay, if I now have a base that's growing, then any emergency can put me at a much
higher level.
yeah, at a higher level. So somehow it's different. I risked everything and then I realized, oops, I need to have an emergency fund, right? So I got some emergency fund going, and then it's sky's the limit after that.
Okay. Last question. When you were starting out, not everyone has that kind of mindset that you'd invest everything. When I started out working, I would also invest as much as it, so I can relate to that. But most of my friends, they would like to go out on trips. They would want to buy stuff. What caused you to think that way?
But again, it's really delayed gratification. I remember my mom and my mom, and when Randall asked me like best advice coming from your early days, I mean, it's always focused on my mom, and my mom said, there are only two things that you need to choose from, right? And enjoy now and suffer a bit later, or suffer a bit now and enjoy later. So, and it's basically that. I mean, delaying that gratification. A lot of people kind of get to demonize my cars and my watches, right? But they don't know the journey.
Okay.
They don't know what took me there. I was already president of PAMI. I was still eating lunch in the office. I was like bringing baon from our house, right? Now people see the way I'm spending, and they don't realize, hey, before I got to this, I earned that.
Okay.
Right? And this is why I tell people, it's a whole journey. Don't look at the Taipans who are there now. I mean, look at what they've done when they were starting.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I look at as a template. If I'd want to get to where they are, I'd probably have to go through what they went through.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
So, if people will want to hear your journey, what will you share in Icon this May 27?
Well, it's really trying to execute, making sure that your learning gets translated to action. Number two, invest in things that you understand. And that's the reason why it's really exciting for me, because now we have a wider set of speakers, and there's so much to learn in different angles, different businesses, different industries. So the audience can actually pick and choose what they'd want to be part of. And then lastly and most importantly, that there is a continuous journey. A lot of people did this a year or 2 years ago, and I think, Marvin, you're very cognizant of this. We taught them, we spoke in all of these forums, they executed, some of them invested, and then they stopped. Right? Markets went plunging, 6.9, 6.7, 6. Oh, I'm losing money. Some of them even got their money back and said, I'm never gonna touch that market again. Right? There are other guys who probably would say, okay, I hope it comes back, so I'll just hang on to this. See, the problem here is this. Once they recover and earn a little bit from it, they'll probably take the money out.
Yeah.
Right? But you see, if you were a real investor, and a real investor does this continuously, you would have invested at 6.7, you would have invested at 6.650, 6.6, right? And even as it went up, 6.9, 6, 6,950, and it's about 7,700 now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the guys who even invested at 8,000 plus
Mhm.
could be earning a lot of money now because they
At least,
continuously
yeah,
did
yeah,
it,
yeah.
right? So it's something that you continuously do. Investing is not a one-time thing.
Mhm.
A one-time thing is called a bet, right?
Yeah.
That's gambling, right? A person who does this on a regular basis is investing. The problem with Filipinos, we do it the other way around. We invest one time, big time.
Mhm.
And you know what we put money regularly on? It's the lotto. It's
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you gamble on, and that's what you use a regular investing platform for. So we have it the other way around, and I hope we're able to make a difference to them so that they'll have the proper mindsets and behavior to take them through and fulfill their dreams.
All right, so that's just a teaser of what Mr. Rex Mendoza will talk about in Icon. Learn from his strategies, learn how he actually did it also. So, on behalf of Randall Johnson and myself and Mr. Rex Mendoza, see you all this May 27th for Icon 2017.